I know I'm a little late, but with this year being the 20th anniversary of Spider-Man 2, I thought it would be fun to go back in time, take a look at the original Spider-Man movie games. More specifically, I'm going to be taking a look at characters who exclusively appeared in the first 3 movie tie-in games, but never made an actual appearance in the movies.
Give New York to freaks like you? No way! I just needed an equalizer. And now? I've got it! Say hello to the seismic harness construction resource. Or, as I like to call it, the shocker!
What? Yeah, I'm not the one calling my weapons the shocker without a trace of iron. A shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and a sensible smack upside the head for dinner.
At least not as villains. More on that later. So if you are watching this on August 1st, happy August 1st, Spider-Man
Your
Day.
adopted turtle sons? Can I come?
I've selected 11 characters from these 3 games, and I will be discussing their first appearance in each game, as well as some interesting tidbits. Our first character is Spencer Smythe. This name might sound familiar, and that is due to an association with Alistair Smythe. See, Spencer Smythe is the father of Alistair Smythe and the creator of the Spider Slayers.
I won't leave this place alive. Steam versus Webshot. There can be only one. I can't leave you behind. Smythe is doing this because of me!
So, here we all are. What a meeting of the minds.
All species detected. Go! Get to your old lab. Bad memories or not, you have to go!
You mind if I borrow these, Spider-Man?
You might be surprised to hear that he made an appearance in the original Spider-Man movie game. The reason I say you might be surprised is because his appearance is exclusive to the Game Boy Advanced version, even though the Spider Slayers make an appearance in other versions.
Spiders! Spiders everywhere! Go back to your corporate masters! No! No! No!
It's going to be weird going back to the subway station after my battle with Shocker. Still, taking photos of the repairs is easy money, so I can't really complain. Easy money? When will I learn to keep my mouth shut? Come on, Rusty. This guy's a few sandwiches short of a picnic, but I'd better help him out.
The next character may be somewhat familiar.
This is some nest.
You're becoming a thorn in my side. Today, you die, Spider-Man!
Ah, yes. The old swinging log of doom trick. That one never gets old.
Adrian Toombs, aka the Vulture, originally The Vulture was going to appear in the films, that being the fourth Spider-Man movie, but since The Amazing Spider-Man rebooted this...
Those vultures. I wonder if Michael Morbius led the charge. Nice enough guy, but no one else seemed more interested in my research. Always insisted I focus on bats instead of reptiles for some reason.
No Batman out there, Doc. That's just ridiculous. There is a rat, though. And that rhymes.
No more treatment. I've had enough therapy.
No, no more treatment. Just let me go.
Please, she's hurt. Let her go.
But she's crying. I got you now. You're mine now. Here's the main attraction.
The hits keep coming!
I'm too much for you, huh?
Here's some more!
Take your best shot!
Let's go!
Meet you on the other side.
Could you please ask them to stop shooting at me?
Hang on, Doc. I'm on it.
The Vulture never made an appearance outside the games. His character was later adapted into the film through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The odd thing is, he played a major role in the first movie tie-in games and was somehow going to be adapted from the fourth movie into a movie tie-in game. How exactly this would work is anyone's guess, but it would have been interesting to see the special case play out, especially considering the Vulture was absent from the third movie tie-in game. On a side note, did you know the Vulture was not just present in the first movie tie-in game, but also made an appearance in the second movie tie-in game?
Stall that creature for a bit. I've got some business in here.
Did we learn anything last time?
If you didn't know this, don't be surprised, as this fight was exclusive to the PSP and DS versions. Not only that, but the Vulture didn't make an appearance in any version of the third game. This means he had a big presence in the first, was exclusive to the PSP and DS in the second, and didn't show up at all in the third. Then would have been the main villain of the fourth. Scorpion may seem like a small inclusion in the first three movie tie-in games. He plays a far more interesting role than you might think. For instance, he is present in both the first movie tie-in game and the third, but interestingly absent from the second. He is also one of the few characters that is playable in the third movie tie-in game. So what can we glean from this character throughout the movie tie-in games? Scorpion's introduction in the first movie tie-in game was a slight alteration to the character's origin story, as Jameson is not present during this battle, as was the case in the PS1 game's Scorpion battle, which means Scorpion was introduced in a slightly different situation where he teamed up with Spider-Man. In this game, Scorpion pops out of nowhere, and we end up in a skirmish against an army of spider slayers. If it wasn't for Peter being in Grand Central Station at the same time as Scorpion, we may have not seen this character pop up so early in the movie tie-in series, whereas one might expect him to show up during the second game where he was absent. Scorpion was present in the first. Next up on our list is Kraven the Hunter. As for his story in the movie tie-in games, Kraven has been known to show up unexpectedly. He is also tied to another character who shares an interesting history with Kraven during development. Another interesting thing to consider is Kraven was exclusive to the Xbox and Game Boy Advanced versions of the first Spider-Man movie game, is also absent from the second game and plays a larger role in the third installment. Additionally, his role in the first movie tie-in game was somewhat significant.
Maybe I should get some kind of spider signal so people don't have to set things on fire to get my attention.
Welcome, Spider-Man. I am Kraven, the world's greatest hunter. Now that you are within my trap, we can begin our glorious contest of strength.
Is that like a sweepstakes? I always throw those away. Nice outfit, by the way. Where's Siegfried?
Let us hope your body moves as fast as your tongue, Spider.
Gas, some kind of poison. Better catch Jungle Boy and find the antidote, and fast.
That's right, Spider. You sense your jeopardy, don't you?
As he set up traps, had a ranged attack, and was hired by Norman Osborn.
You'll do it.
To hunt the Spider-Man. I will accept your challenge, Osborn, but keep your money. The thrill of the hunt will be compensation enough.
Yes, the movie tie-in games had a somewhat significant change to the narrative, as Spider-Man was pursued for his abilities, where in the movies, Spider-Man was the first one to pursue the Green Goblin.
Signatures resemble Spider-Man's. Take a look at this map. As you can see, each target is unique, but both have characteristics of arachnid DNA.
We don't have time to dawdle. Have the HKs force both targets into the same area. Once they're together, capturing both subjects shouldn't be a problem. Am I making myself clear?
Yeah.
Some parallels to Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Kraven pursued the Lizard in Spider-Man 3. The interesting bit about this game is Kraven is fighting with the Lizard and his army of the infected.
Remember what happened to Connors? This only leads to one thing.
But what about the antidote? If it worked before, then...
Connors was exposed to an earlier strain. You couldn't even call it a virus back then. It's evolved, mutated. There's no antidote to cure this.
What if I stop all the cross-species?
There's no question they should be stopped, but even if they are, there's still a risk that the virus will spread.
Gwen, stay calm. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, okay? We'll figure it out. I'll find Dr. Smythe and the others. Hopefully, it's not too late.
Wait, Peter. Take the Oz phone on the table.
The other interesting bit has to do with Kraven's abilities in Spider-Man 3, as he was able to use some form of magical potions. Mysterio was first introduced in Spider-Man 2. A fun little tidbit, he originally was going to make an appearance in the third Spider-Man installment. Now I know what you're thinking. What did the Master of Mystery do? Play a role in the second movie tie-in game? Well, it was introduced in a peculiar way, that being the Statue of Liberty, where UFOs overtook the statue. They were later revealed to be part of Mysterio's android army, and the battle leads to a confrontation in a convenience store. Speaking of convenience stores, did you know Mysterio would see something similar to this confrontation?
Currency. Sure, Space Dude, whatever you say, just don't disintegrate me or whatever.
How low the mighty have fallen.
You dare to challenge the infinite light of Mysterio?
the third movie. If it wasn't convenient enough, our next villain is none other than Puma. He's lesser known in my experience with Spider-Man 2 due to the few systems he is on, and that makes his character a unique case. You see, Puma, also known as Thomas Fireheart, replaces a few characters only present in the second movie tie-in game, such be that Shocker and others.
Out of the way, Piglet! All of you, just back off!
I never knew your name was Herman.
Oh no, it's you!
Well, you are kind of in my neighborhood.
Calypso, also Calypso Azili, was originally introduced in the second movie tie-in game. She was also present in the third installment. Her role in Spider-Man 2 was stand-alone, whilst in Spider-Man 3, she helps Kraven fight the Lizard.
At least you'll make a decent trophy.
Leave him alone, Kraven. I'll give you more fight than you can handle.
In the second movie tie-in game, she was strictly a secret boss level, which might be lesser known since I did not remember any secret boss levels before this video here. Kingpin's first and only appearance was in Spider-Man 3. His boss fight is somewhat long and difficult, but the standout part of this boss fight is the presence of Spider-Man in his symbiote suit. This was a somewhat similar situation to how the Kingpin was set up in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I have eyes on Spider-Man!
Okay, ionic webbing. Let's redecorate.
You're not fighting personages now.
This one time I fought somebody who was a real loser, and they were still better than you. All the armor in the world can't fix stupid.
Spread out. Secure the area.
You got it.
I want a perimeter set up. All points of entry watched. I'm on it. I catch anyone slacking off, they'll end up padding my arrest stats.
Understood, sir.
Maintain radio contact. Check in every 5 minutes. I'll spread the word. The boss wants everyone working double shift.
I'll tell the boys.
Well, if it isn't the Kingpin. Catchy name, but I have to say, you look more like a bowling ball than a pin. Or maybe a beach ball?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, I'm impressed. You take control of crime in New York right under everybody's nose. The whole city knows you're crooked, and everyone still kisses your tuchus. Which must take what, like a week? A lot of ground to cover is what I'm saying.
The only criminal I see is the masked man guilty of breaking and entering into my private building. A violent vigilante. The Daily Bugle has branded a menace.
Fine, play it like that. But one way or another, you're going to...
The Lizard, aka Dr. Kurt Connors, first introduced in Spider-Man 2 prior to being turned into the Lizard in Spider-Man 3, brought a very interesting twist into the games, movies, and the show. Yes, you heard me right.
Get off of my card! Shoo! Shoo!
That's gonna be a great shot.
The first Spider-Man trilogy is connected to an animated series that features many interesting renditions of these characters, but there is a very interesting tidbit. The Lizard's creation ended up being tied to Oscorp.
Alright, let's finish this. Knock, knock.
The Lizard has a very rich and deep development throughout the trilogy and connected show/movies, varying from a terrifying transformation to a dedicated episode focusing around his origin. In the third movie tie-in, Dr. Connors is connected to Michael Morbius.
It'll kill me.
Either this guy's a real vampire or the best method actor I've ever seen. Any idea what we're dealing with, Doc?
Actually, I know him. He's a world-renowned geneticist. Michael Morbius, only in a very altered state. I'll try to bring him around.
Careful, Doc. He could attack again.
Kurt Connors, please help. Something's wrong with me. I don't know what. It comes over me at night, like this force I can't control. I know it sounds crazy.
I understand. Better than you know.
We both do.
My wife, Frances, she did it to me, but she wasn't herself. She's been changed somehow too. Find her. Maybe she knows a cure. Please, help me before I hurt anyone else.
We'll fix him, Doc. We have to. You stay here and keep an eye on him till I get back. I'll go find his runaway bride.
We do see some hints of the lizard during the movie of Spider-Man 3, which is in stark contrast to Spider-Man 3's movie tie-in game, which features the lizard plus the lizard monstrosity.
Killed him! You'll be okay, Doc. I'll get you to the hospital. I'm sorry, Doc. The nightmare's over. But what's happening to me?
Shriek was present in Spider-Man 3, specifically attached to the PS2, PSP, and Wii versions. With that being said, she had an odd presence, as her battle was the only instance of seeing a symbiote other than Venom. As far as I'm aware, her symbiote is not the Venom symbiote. The reason I say this is due to Spider-Man wearing the symbiote suit during this battle. This means it is anyone's guess where this symbiote came from, especially if we were to guess this symbiote is from that sample Spider-Man analyzed in Connor's lab.
Can't say I've ever seen anything quite like this. And you said you've had some kind of reaction to it?
It's made me stronger, but I feel like it's trying to control me somehow. Can you help me figure out what's going on?
Give me some time, I'll see what I can come up with. It's the least I can do for you, Spider-Man. I owe you my life.
Quick note here, since Shriek has a symbiote in this movie tie-in game, that would imply her symbiote is potentially a spawn of Venom in this universe. Electro was present in Spider-Man 3. Yes, Electro's first appearance was in the animated series, and later the Spider-Man 3 movie tie-in game. The odd thing about his appearance in the third movie tie-in game was his appearance being restricted to the Game Boy Advanced version. Also on a side note, his appearances in the animated series, while different, is a point that is very interesting to consider, considering this would likely be inspiration for the game's design.
I have become a being of pure energy, without pants. Next, the city, all that power.
Oh, don't like the rain, huh?
It's harmless, like you.
Let me see what I can do about that. On both counts.
He is too powerful to take damage from you now. You must find another way to defeat him.
You're about to get nice and toasty. Juice me up!
There must be a way to use his own power against him. Think.
Stop it!
My reasoning has to do with the tie between the movies and the animated series, since the animated series is meant to tie into the movies.
Right. It's gonna be our last portal hop, I think. Well, I'm not sure. There may be another one, I'm not sure. But I think this is the last portal hop. So this is gonna be the hardest one yet.